Hello, Mr. Sharp. My name is Katherine. I am calling from Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, Tacoma.
I am 36 years old. I turned 37 in December. My boyfriend's name is Carl. He is 40 and he turns 41 in June. Our current status is that we have been official for almost a year, but we've been dating for almost 2 years, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
We made it official almost a year ago, but obviously we've been physically intimate for 2 years. Our living situation is that as of right now, we live separately, but we have talked recently about taking things to the next level, more or less, and moving in together. Me personally, I have never been married. I have no children. My boyfriend, he has been married before, and he and his ex-wife have a son together. They share custody, so he has a 1 week on and 1 week off arrangement, which works pretty well, pretty seamless.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Let's see, what else? Oh, and their son is 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
So Carl and I met on Hinge, and we hit it off right away, and things have been really great. He is 100% my type. He's 6'3", athletic. He makes great money. He makes really good money. He treats me great. He makes me I don't know if you understand what he makes me feel seen is as a man, but as a woman, he makes me feel seen.
This is bitch babble.
He makes me feel safe. He doesn't have a bunch of baby mama drama with his ex-wife.
That's good.
He really is, like, maybe I shouldn't say this, but he really is kind of too good to be true, if I'm being honest.
What?
It still blows me away that he chose me. Not that I'm not a catch, because I definitely am, but Carl is, in my opinion, Carl is the kind of guy who could probably have pretty much any girl he wants. And the great thing is, excuse me. The great thing is when we are out and about, if we're out at dinner, shopping, whatever, women come on to him a lot. Either sometimes they're bold about it, sometimes they kind of do it low key, but Carl never reciprocates. He never flirts. He always makes it clear that he only has eyes for me. And as a woman who's in a relationship with a guy like him, that makes me feel incredible.
I'm sure it
However,
here we go.
We are having, excuse me, we are having some issues in the bedroom, and I've asked my friends about this issue, and I have not gotten the kind of advice and feedback that I think is helpful. So I thought, what the heck, I'll ask someone who I know will be completely honest with me. I know this is probably a just talk to him situation, but personally, I have never had to have this particular conversation with anyone. In the past, whenever I have run into these kinds of issues with a man I'm dating or seeing, I don't really even bother to talk to them about it. I just stop seeing them because,
just ghost them.
In my opinion, none of those situations have really been worth it. Being verbally, I guess, more or less berated just because I asked for more foreplay, that basically destroyed my ability to communicate anything sexual with men, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I really like Carl because he's great in all of those areas, and I really want to make this work. And so I don't really know how to have this conversation without it sounding mean or like I'm telling him that he's bad at sex, because I don't want him to get defensive or for the conversation to become counterproductive, if that makes sense. Also, I think I should mention that I have a little bit of trauma when it comes to sex.
Of course.
I haven't been in very many healthy sexual relationships in my past. So speaking up and advocating for myself when it comes to sex, that is a relatively new thing for me. Also, I guess I should mention we have a lot of mutual friends. So we know a lot of the same people. So personally, I don't have a lot of people I can talk to about this because I don't want to air his dirty laundry out, so to speak, in our social circle. So I'm coming to you for help and hopefully a little bit of guidance. So here's the issue.
All right.
Carl doesn't seem to have any patience for foreplay or any interest in my pleasure. And just to be clear, I have zero issues with instructing or guiding someone on how to pleasure me or what I like. And I get it. I understand that people have different levels of experience and confidence, but as far as I'm concerned, as long as the effort is there, I can work with that. But the problem is Carl doesn't really try, and he doesn't seem interested, if I'm being completely honest. Just to give you an example, in the 2 years that we've been having sex, he has gone down on me just once, only one time. To his credit, he did.
Shout out to
he
Carl.
did a decent job, and he stayed with it for a little while, but I didn't finish. I didn't orgasm. I did give him several affirmations and encouragement. I mentioned, hey, had a great time. Hope we can do that again soon, that kind of thing. But it was almost like it went in one ear and out the other because he either didn't get the hint or he just doesn't care. Also, I guess I should mention he doesn't really spend much time on getting me in the mood. His idea of foreplay is kissing and touching for a little bit. Then I hope I can say this, maybe you can edit this out. Then he'll finger me for like 30 seconds, and then he just kind of bends me over and goes right in for the sex.
There you go, Carl.
That makes sense?
Yes. There you go, Carl.
Normally, I don't have this much patience for men who are sexually selfish like this, but I do genuinely like Carl. However, I really and truly am completely over his sexual selfishness at this point.
Please.
But
Katherine.
What gets me, here's something else. What gets me is that he's super respectful when it comes to everything else. When I tell him I don't feel like having sex, he just lets it go. What? He doesn't argue with me. He doesn't bug me about it. He doesn't get passive-aggressive about it or bring it up later.
Carl's a better man than me.
He's totally cool with it. He's understanding. He's patient. He's kind. Or if I tell him that sex is starting to hurt, he'll either adjust or get some lube. And sometimes he even offers to stop, which is good. And all of that is odd because he's not willing to do anything for my pleasure. He only seems to want to adjust when it hurts. So I don't think he's predatory.
What?
I just think he's super oblivious.
Predatory?
And I don't think he cares enough to try harder or put in more effort, if that makes sense. So I am aware of the possibility that this can't be salvaged and that we're just sexually incompatible and that he's just selfish in bed and won't ever change. However, I don't want to give up on this without at least trying to make it work in the bedroom aspect of things, if that makes sense. So I guess my main question is, how do I approach this? Like, what's some wording I can use? Give me some advice. I don't want to sound accusatory or judgmental. I just want to clearly communicate my needs while also being respectful. Thank you for allowing me to call in, and I will hang up and listen and look forward to your response.
Okay. Shout out to Katherine. Katherine, thank you for calling, and thanks for being totally honest and detailed. I know that talking about these things can be a little weird, just given the subject matter and the fact that you're, obviously the fact that you're essentially calling a stranger about these intimate things. So shout out to you for your honesty. Okay, let's address a couple of things here before I address your issue. You said that you had sexual trauma, and then I think you said you got bullied or berated when you asked for more foreplay, but then you turned around and said that you had no issue with instructing men on how to do it, what to do it, et cetera, et cetera. So again, listen, you called me because you said you wanted the truth. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth here, Katherine. You said, I've got sexual trauma, I got bullied, and so, being upfront or advocating for myself, as you said, for sexual whatever, is relatively new to me. But then you said, well, look, I have no issue with instructing men what to do and how to do it when it comes to, bedroom fun, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not really sure where you're going with that. Either you're used to instructing men or you're not. There's really no in between. Next, I'm not sure, Katherine, where him being predatory comes into this conversation. Okay? I'm assuming the sex is consensual, right? You're clearly over the age of 18. I think you said you're 36 years old, right? And so I'm not exactly sure why you would characterize his selfishness as predatory, right? Like, you're a grown-ass woman in a consensual sexual relationship with a grown-ass man, okay? There's nothing predatory about any of this. So, listen, get that thought out of your mind, or I'll tell you what, get rid of whoever put that in your mind. I guarantee it was probably one of your female friends. Oh my God, this is predatory. That is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy to use the word predatory in this context. Just because a man doesn't want to lick your lady parts for a half an hour doesn't mean he's predatory. That's crazy. Here's another thing, Katherine. Did it ever occur to you that your boyfriend might not, Carl, did it ever occur to you that Carl might not like going down on you? Did it ever occur to you that Carl might not like foreplay? I mean, if he has given you cunnilingus, to keep it clean for YouTube, just once in 2 years that you guys have been having sex, I think it's pretty obvious he does not like doing it. And let's just do some simple girl math here. If he doesn't like doing it, then you have a decision to make. You can either accept the fact that he doesn't like giving you oral sex, or and more foreplay, or you can find another man who does. Okay, and I know this may sound harsh, and you probably might be thinking, OMG, what the hell is going on, blah, 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 blah. Why can't he go down on me if that's what I want? Why can't he go down on me if that's going to improve our sex life and give me pleasure? Let's reverse the sexes, okay? Let's say a woman calls my show and says, hey, Donovan, look, I don't like giving head, but my boyfriend is complaining that I won't go down on him, and he says that if I don't start giving him head, he's going to break up with me, okay? What would your reaction, and I'm talking to you now, Katherine, what would your reaction be, Katherine, if I told her, well, if you want to keep him, you better get on your knees. You better do what you got to do. You would probably strongly disagree with my advice to her. And here is what your rationale would be. Your rationale would be that I am advising her to do something she does not want to do. Here's where the girl math comes in. If she is doing something sexually with her boyfriend that she does not want to do, then you would probably characterize this as non-consensual. And we do not want to get into we don't want to get into those non-consensual relationships, because then the EPAR word comes up. That's not even close to what was going on, right? That is the way I believe you would characterize that. Oh my God, you advised her to do something she doesn't want to do sexually. That is totally consensual, and probably your friend would probably, oh my God, that's totally predatory. Well, guess what, Katherine? Whether you agree or disagree, this is the position that your boyfriend is in right now. Okay? You want Carl to do something he clearly does not want to do, and all that is based on a 2-year sample size. Okay? In 2 years, he's gone downtown one time. One time. And again, you want him to do something he clearly doesn't want to do in order to make you happy. So if you would, and let's bring it back around here, if you would have a problem with me advising a woman to give her boyfriend head even if she doesn't want to, surely you'd have a problem advising a man to give a woman head if he didn't want to, it being non-consensual. And listen, I know I'm being a little bit snarky right now, but stay with me, because I'm really trying to help you. The next thing I want to point out here, Katherine, is something that you're probably not going to like, nor will you understand right away. But you called me, again, because you know that I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to shoot you straight. Katherine, you don't love your boyfriend, sweetheart. You don't like him that much, okay? You might think you do, but you don't. And the reason I know this is because if you liked him enough, you wouldn't be concerned about your sexual needs. And yes, I put that in air quotes on purpose. A woman who really likes, or a woman who truly loves a man, if a woman likes a man enough, she derives immense pleasure in making him happy. She's satisfied with taking good care of him. It gives her satisfaction to meet all of his sexual needs. Okay? A woman who likes a man enough, she wants to do these things. Now, I'm sure you may like him a lot, right? I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be dating him, right? But the fact that you are this concerned with your own sexual needs tells me that you simply do not like Carl enough to be the selfless woman in the bedroom that you need to be for him. Because I'll tell you this, okay? If you, Katherine, if you were dating Chris Hemsworth, you would not care if he didn't like going downtown on you. If you were dating Leonardo DiCaprio, you would not be worried about your orgasms. If you were dating Charlotte Claire, or let me think of an example, Ryan Gosling. If you were dating Ryan Gosling, you wouldn't be bitching about his selfishness in bed. I guarantee it. So while I'm sure you probably like Carl a lot, you do not like him enough to not be distracted by his lack of effort in the foreplay and the cunnilingus department. Now, let me back up here. This doesn't make you a bad person, Katherine, okay? And it doesn't even make you a bad girlfriend, okay? What this means is that it simply means that you're either a bad match for him or you do not like him as much as you think you do, okay? Something you need to understand, Katherine, is that women express they express their love, they express their devotion through service, right? Like things like cooking, cleaning, sexual selflessness. Those are all the things. Those are three of the most important things the most important characteristics that lock men down very, very quickly. All right, because I'm here to tell you, a man would much rather be with a woman who willingly cooks and cleans for him and lets him do whatever he wants to in the bedroom than a woman who orders DoorDash, never cleans up, and bitches about what she's not getting between the sheets. Okay? And if you don't believe me, Katherine, let's go back to the celebrity example. I'm sure you probably disagree. Let's just back it up. Let's go back to the celebrity example. Do you think that Chris Hemsworth or Leonardo DiCaprio or Ryan Gosling would stick around if you sat any one of them down and said, hey, Leo, I think you're being selfish because you have no interest in licking my vagina until I get the silent shakes? Do you think that they would tolerate you, those men? Do you think they would tolerate you complaining about the lack of whining and dining before he puts it in? Yeah, nope. Of course not. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking, okay, Donovan, very true, but those guys are celebrities. And that is precisely my point, Katherine. The fact that you would have inevitably pointed out the fact that those three men are celebrities, they have status, clout, etc., that tells me that you are aware of their inherent value as men. Okay? In your mind, and really every other woman's mind for that matter, you are admitting that their value makes it an obvious decision to keep your mouth shut about your needs. Okay, but here's another question for you, Katherine. Here's another question. And again, I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. You wanted the truth. I'm giving you the truth. What more do you want from this man? Like, seriously, Katherine, what more do you want from this man? He's tall. He's good-looking. He's in great shape. He makes great money. He treats you well. He doesn't flirt with other women. He's loyal to you. He doesn't have baby mama drama. Listen, the guy even tolerates you not wanting to have sex with him if you're not in the mood. Okay? Like, Katherine, Carl is the total package here. Yet you still want him to lick your lady parts until you squirt? I would actually argue, Katherine, that you are the selfish one in this relationship. Okay? This man gives you everything, but you still want more? He never complains when you don't want sex, but then you want to turn around and complain that he doesn't engage in more foreplay with you? Now, I can, however, offer you a small piece of advice that may increase the likelihood of him spending more time warming you up. Now, keep in mind, there are no guarantees, and you can try this, and he might just continue doing what he's doing. But if you really want him to change the way he has sex with you, then you're going to have to start making changes yourself, okay? If you want him to change, you're going to have to do something different. If you want him to do something different, you got to do something different. One such change, and this is the example I'm giving you, would be to dress up. Dress up for him, Katherine. Now, Donovan, what does dress up mean? You know what it means. Wear lingerie. Wear lingerie. Wear a tight t-shirt and a thong. Maybe wear a thong and nothing. Wear high heels. Okay? Like, wear something you wouldn't be caught dead outside it. I mean, really slut it up. And put effort into it. Don't just throw on a thong. No. Put effort into it. Don't just come home from work and put on a thong. No, Take a shower. Wash your ass. Shave your pubic hair to his liking. And if you want to know what his liking is, ask him, hey, Carl, how do you want my pubic hair to be? What is... You have to have these conversations. Me personally, I am a wine glass type of person. Some guys like the landing strip. Different strokes for different folks, but you're not going to know unless you ask him. Okay? Do your makeup. Wear some earrings. Wear some really, really nice perfume, and then cook him dinner in that naughty outfit. Here's another idea. You want him to spend a little bit more time warming you up? Give him the best head of his life. And I mean, pull out all the stops. I mean, hawk to spit on that thing, right? Dude, deep throat that sausage, swallow those kids. Okay? And listen, we're all laughing and chuckling, but I'm dead ass here. Okay? Because you see, Katherine, if you want Carl to take his time with you and show more effort in the bedroom, then you're going to have to put more effort in outside of the bedroom. Now, I'm sure you probably disagree with my assessment that you don't like this guy as much as you say you do. If you disagree, here's the test you can run. And I'm going to give you another piece of advice. Run that lingerie and the blowjob test to find out how much you really like him, what I just talked about. And stay with me here. Stay with me. I'm going to take you step by step through this. Do what I suggested with the lingerie or some sort of slutty outfit, right? And again, take a shower, wash your ass. Don't come in. Don't dress up after work. No. Don't like Katherine, don't let your boss and your coworkers get the best of you. Give Carl the best of you. Okay? Show some respect. Wash your ass. Take a shower. Okay? Put on a lacy bra. Put on a, matching thong. Put on some high heels. Do your hair. Put on makeup, lipstick, earrings, perfume, the whole nine. Okay? I want you to give Carl the stripper version of the girlfriend experience. Objectify yourself for him. That's right. I said objectify yourself for him. Whatever friend told you that was predatory, I want you to tell her that that's what I told you. Make him a nice dinner while you're dressed up. While you're making dinner, flirt with him. Kiss his neck. Maybe give him a massage. Right? Grab his package. Have fun with him. Hell, maybe even give him some, appetizer head while the chicken or whatever is roasting in the oven. Right? Then you serve him dinner. You wait on him, you make sure his drink is full, etc., etc. Pull out all the stops. After that, you're going to take him to the bedroom. You're going to give him a toe-curling blowjob, and then you are going to let him pound the life out of you without, Katherine, without engaging in any sort of extended foreplay or cunnilingus. Just let him have his way with you, okay? Now, after it's all over, and this is where you need to pay attention to yourself and just have the wherewithal and the presence of mind to sort of take a mental picture. Take a mental note of how you're feeling right after the experience. Here's where the test and the math comes in. If you truly enjoyed the experience, then surprise, Katherine, you actually like the guy as much as you say you do. However, if you are still hung up on the fact that he didn't make you orgasm with his mouth or his tongue, then you don't like him as much as you say you do. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what, Katherine. I'm going to send you a free copy of the 49 Laws of Sharp because I want you to pay specific attention to law number 11, which states that the less a man cares about pleasing a woman in bed, the more she will care about pleasing him. I guess I'll put it in the edit. I'm going to go ahead and play the video rendition of this law, and then I'll put it in the edit afterwards. Take a look and listen.
Law number 11. The less you care about pleasing her in bed, the more she will care about pleasing you. Women should be unselfish lovers, not men. If you are a man who is unplugged, then you clearly understand that the more you give to a woman, the more she wants and the less satisfied she is. Well, the same concept applies to the bedroom. Giving a woman oral sex, if that's not what you're into, is futile at best, degrading at worst. Trying to find her G-spot, searching for erogenous zones and all the other Kama Sutra babble everyone tells you will cause her to become, quote, addicted to you, is a complete waste of time if that's not what you like. The bottom line is that women are addicted to men who do what they want in and out of the bedroom. Worrying about whether or not she's having the ever-elusive female orgasm will quickly get old. When it does, she'll start fucking someone who cares less about her, quote, needs. Be the selfish son of a bitch you were designed to be and do whatever the fuck you want. She will adore you for it.
Now, I will reiterate that when a woman truly loves a man or likes a man, if she's really into him, 95% of her sexual satisfaction is directly tied to his satisfaction. And if you disagree, once again, Katherine, I'm going to give you another couple of scenarios. Ask yourself which sexual scenario you would prefer. I'm going to give you two scenarios. Scenario A, the guy wines and dines you, all sorts of foreplay. He eats the box, he munches carpet for 20 minutes, makes you squirt. But when you have sex, he doesn't reach climax. He doesn't come, he doesn't orgasm. That's scenario A. Scenario B, you have sex the Carl way. He, kisses you for a little bit, fingers you, whatever, bends you over, but then he blows his load like a volcano. Which scenario would be more favorable to you, Katherine? Let me answer that for you. If you are not selfish, of course it's scenario B. Because if a woman cannot bring a man to climax, her world stops. What's wrong with me? She thinks to herself, do I not feel good to him? Is he not attracted to me? Does he not desire me that much? Is he having sex with me because he wants to or because he has to? Is he cheating on me? These are the things that go through every woman's mind when a guy they have sex with does not blow his load. And listen, I'm sure you're probably thinking, well, you're wrong, Donovan. I'd rather have scenario A. Well, if you really would rather have scenario A, then A, you don't like Carl as much as you think you do, and B, you are selfish. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and respond by saying every woman says that they would rather have scenario A until they sleep with a guy who doesn't blow his load. Then all of a sudden, yeah, you know what? Scenario B actually sounds a little bit more favorable. In the end, Katherine, you got to understand that love has costs or relationships have costs and they require sacrifice. You didn't say that you loved Carl, but it sounds like you really want to make this work. You guys have been together for a couple of years. You didn't say you actually loved him, but it sounds like you might. You might at least like him, okay? But relationships like this, they require sacrifice, Katherine. There are no two ways about it. Right now, Carl is sacrificing. He's sacrificing a lot for you. I'm trying not to swear. He tolerates you not wanting to have sex. He doesn't pressure other women, he doesn't pursue, rather, other women who clearly want him. He sacrifices his time for you. I'm sure you've got a great relationship with his 9-year-old son. I'm sure you and the baby mama probably get along. He probably big ups you to the baby mama. I mean, this guy really, really does a lot for you. But if you're going to sacrifice your relationship, this relationship, at the altar of your orgasms, which are fleeting, by the way, then my advice is simple. Let him find another woman who actually loves or likes him enough to not want him to munch carpet in addition to everything else he does and is for her. Now, again, something tells me that you're probably not going to do that because, like I said before, I believe that you're the one who is actually the selfish one in this relationship. I want to point something else out here too, Katherine, and this is something that you're probably aware of, but you're not really taking it too seriously, okay? You've got a man that most women in this part of the world would absolutely kill for. You do. You got a tall, good-looking man. He only has eyes for you, takes good care of you, makes good money, keeps himself in shape, doesn't cheat on you. Like, Katherine, you're lucky to be with him, sweetheart. You said so yourself. You're like, hey, look, I'm actually kind of shocked that he chose me. Yeah. Because you, in the back of your mind, you know what you've got, but you're not acting like it. You got something really, really great, and you're going to piss it away because he doesn't want to lick your vagina for a half an hour. Because I'll tell you this, Katherine, and this is the straight up truth. If you let this man go because he's selfish in the bedroom, I promise you, there are so many more women than you can even imagine that are more than willing to sacrifice their sexual needs to be with a man like Carl. Don't fuck this up, Katherine. Don't fuck this up. Stop being selfish. Stop focusing on the one thing you don't have and start focusing on the many things you do have with Carl. Because if you don't, trust me when I tell you, another woman most certainly will. Yeah, hopefully you call me back with any updates. Again, do the make sure you do the dress up and blowjob test. I would really, really like for you to call me back and give me any updates. Guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, if you have a dating or relationship question, call the number at the bottom of the screen. Call the number at the bottom of the screen, 775-238-3635. That's 775-238-3635. Make sure you give me as much detail as possible, like Katherine did and like Jesse did the other day from the Ozarks. I need as much detail as possible so that I can help you as effectively as possible. So again, shout out to Katherine who called in. Thanks for watching.